Please remember, while Fuller House is a family show, the Fullest House podcast is not. Therefore, listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the Fullest House podcast, where in this episode we are motivated by spite and spite alone. I'm Harrison Bloom.
I'm Zach Horowitz.
And I'm Mark Greene.
What are we angry at each other for today, guys? I'm not really sure.
I'm everything.
I mean,
There's a
everything?
lot. Do you want me to read through the list?
Wearing that shirt?
I mean, this shirt is pretty bad, I will say. I'm wearing
the audacity.
I'm wearing a Senor Frog shirt, but I really only
the audacity of that Senor Frog
You know
shirt.
what Senor Frog did to me.
What did he do to you?
He told me he loved me, and
Oh,
he didn't.
Oh no, that bastard.
Yeah, that's why I'm pretty ticked off that Harrison's wearing a Senor Frog
I'm
t-shirt.
so sorry, Mark. I didn't know about your
Well, you gotta take that shirt off, Harrison.
We had a long and torrid affair, and
Aww.
he made me feel some things, and he betrayed me. He broke my heart.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's so sad. I'm so sorry. Oh.
But fuck Senor Frog, we're
Yeah.
doing a podcast.
And I'm angry at Zach
Yeah.
because he stole my lollipop in 5th grade.
Listen.
Zach,
In my
that's
defense-
like pretty terrible.
In my defense, it was the last one. And like I really wanted it. And then
I get
Harrison,
that.
this motherfucker, was like, well, I want it too. And I was like, okay, well, I'll play like rock, paper, scissors for it. And I won fair and square.
You
and Harry was
used
like,
gun,
no.
Zach. You used
Gun-
gun. You can't
Gun
use
beats
gun in rock,
everything.
paper, scissors.
Gun beats everything.
Harrison, I have to say, after hearing
Don't
him
hate
out,
the player, hate the game.
after hearing him out, I think I'm on Zach's side. I have
God
to say.
damn it.
Thank you. More arguments should be resolved with rock, paper, scissors.
Guys, it is the official first day of wedding planning at the Fuller House.
Yeah, which is exciting.
It's so exciting. I am so pumped for all this wedding stuff
Yeah.
that has
So a lot of wedding stuff.
and is going to consume the show for a while.
Oh,
for quite possibly the rest of the series. Yeah.
For quite
no.
possibly the rest of the series, it's going to be stuff like this.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's
Mhm.
going to be annoying. Oh.
The realization just hit Harrison very hard. Like that
Yeah.
lollipop that was rightfully mine.
We're watching a
Shut the
man.
fuck
We're watching a man lose his mind in real time.
I feel like that's kind of how you gotta sell the podcast though, right? Because I feel like us now, we've gone through a lot of character growth since episode
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, we have kind of lost our mind. We went from this is a terrible show to maybe we love this show?
Actually, this is supposed to be Michael Campion's favorite episode, supposedly.
That's true. Friend of the show, Michael Campion, pinpointed this episode as one of his favorites.
At least we think it is, unless the subplot continues. We'll
I
get
so
into
want
that.
the subplot to continue.
I want it.
I want
so
it to
bad.
continue so bad.
Yeah.
But
Oh my
enough
gosh.
of. But why don't we talk about this subplot that you guys are talking
well,
about?
first we gotta talk about the wedding.
That's true.
Yeah, so they're going to a wedding expo. Well, okay.
Well,
I'm getting ahead of
well,
myself.
first-
I'm getting ahead of myself.
yeah.
They start.
We're getting a
They
to
start by
mention
having a
the wedding
morning
expo
drink.
early would be
Would be improper. It would be
Yeah,
improper.
we're all about
They
accuracy
start by
here.
having a morning drink.
Well, that might actually situate the audience instead of dropping it on them casually.
Oh my god.
Anyway, you're right. We start with a morning drink. DJ wants to celebrate it being the first day of wedding planning. She sits out 3 champagne glasses, and Steph is like, "Ooh, champagne, ooh la la, yum 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 for Steph."
Because Steph is a mess.
Steph is a
because
mess.
DJ is a lame-o who is sober. She
Yeah.
pours hot coffee in the glass champagne cups, which is
It is pretty lame.
that is pretty weird.
Yeah.
I don't know
Weird.
why you would do that, DJ. I feel like you could just put coffee up before them and say, "Hey, does anyone want coffee?" But
Well, isn't that DJ in a nutshell, wanting to do something with the veneer of whimsy, but ultimately it's very boring?
Wow.
Mark, I feel like you
Coming in hot.
pinpointed DJ's character to a T right there. That's
Oh,
basically
boy.
the character.
She is basically just mom.
Yep.
That's her entire character. She's just mom.
DJ
Yeah.
is mom, and Steph is a mess.
Yes.
Anyway,
And Kimmy is Kimmy.
and Kimmy is Kimmy. Kimmy's always gonna be Kimmy. Anyway, Steve comes in.
Yeah.
Steve is here. And also Fernando is here.
Yeah, they're both here. That's right.
Yeah.
Steve is here and Fernando is here. Steve is here because he's gonna babysit Tommy and Danielle.
While they're at the wedding expo.
Yeah. Fernando is here because he's gonna represent the He Wolf Pack.
Please
At
don't make
the-
that a thing.
Yeah, I
Please
don't
don't
want them to
make
make
that
it a thing.
Yeah, he makes
Also-
up the He-Wolf pack.
Also, maybe they're all just wolves, huh? Maybe leave your heteronormative gender
Yeah.
biases at the door.
Yeah, you're right.
And like you know what she-wolves are? Wolves.
Exactly.
You know what I'd call a
Does
female
this call
wolf?
for another episode of the Jewish Wolves podcast?
That's
Tyler,
right.
play the jingle. Play the
Anytime you bring up wolves, I'm gonna bring it up.
I just it's like, you know, I'm only realizing now, almost all the way through the series. You know what you call a she-wolf? A wolf.
Exactly.
That's
That's
what
true.
a female
They're just
wolf
wolves.
is.
They're just wolves.
Yeah.
It's a
But
good
anyway,
point.
Fernando was representing the he-wolves at the wedding expo.
Which is a thing that is done in San Francisco, apparently.
Well, I believe expos for weddings are like, go here and all these wedding services will be exhibiting things. Like, that's real. That I'll believe. I
Okay.
haven't seen one in real life, but I have seen other TV shows that
I
use it as
mean,
plot.
I am more asking why they're in San Francisco. Everybody knows that the Seattle Wedding Expo is the E3 of wedding
Oh,
expos.
of course.
You know, Seattle, the wedding capital of the world.
Yeah.
Seattle, the wedding and Frasier capital of the world.
Yes.
The two things they're known for: Frasier and weddings,
Yep.
and also the Seahawks.
They really, like, you gotta go to the Seattle Expo because that's where they're gonna be dropping the trailers for all the new weddings.
Yeah, it's the E3 of
Wake
wedding
up, babe!
expos.
New wedding trailer just dropped.
The new wedding trailer just dropped. Oh, is it for Matt and Kelly? Great. I love them. I'm so pumped. No spoilers, please.
I hear that Barbara and Daniel's wedding isn't even coming to the wedding expo this year. They're just like, no, fuck it. It's not worth it anymore. It's crazy.
Well, I heard from like Sarah and Phil that they were actually going digital this year.
Damn.
You know, they're having like a live stream of the wedding instead of just going to the actual expo.
Well, I know it sucks, but a lot of things have been thrown up in the air due to COVID. So like I
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
they should be careful. Like, you can release a trailer for a wedding online. You don't have to do it in a big in-person event.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's also so much more you can do with a pre-recorded video. I mean, I've heard they're going to be doing puppets.
Yeah.
I will miss the panel though. Barbara is always so great in panels.
Of course.
Oh.
Of course. Yeah.
We love
I've been
seeing
really
Barbara's
following that
insights.
wedding for a while.
Yeah.
But anyway. Weddings.
What really threw me with that line though is we just want to say we've mentioned the wedding expo before. That is the first mention of the wedding expo,
Yeah.
which is such a specific and big term that the fact that Fernando is casually dropping it right here instead of someone going like, so when we're at the wedding expo today, or hey, I found out
Yeah.
about this wedding expo we could go to.
Yeah,
I was
that felt
very
odd.
thrown off. I was
Yeah.
So
I was
the
like,
wedding expo, which is a thing that's happening.
yes,
Yeah.
which is a thing that we're going to.
Mm-hmm.
The wedding expo, which is an event that exists and we have plans
Yes.
to go to, is great.
Yeah. But yeah, they're going.
They're gonna go. Kimmy has a huge bag for all the swag she's gonna get.
Which,
Yes.
I just to quickly set the context, Mark and I once went to the New Jersey State Municipalities Convention for a field
Yes.
trip.
Oh.
And it was very boring, but we were instructed by our teacher to bring a canvas bag for all the free shit we got. So it's very accurate.
That was the highlight of the event.
Yeah.
I mean, for a second when you brought that up, I thought that you had just gone there on your own volition and didn't invite me, which, like, kind of rude. This is kind of another thing to be spiteful for towards Harrison. But when you said it was a field trip, that made a lot more sense.
Zach, if we were just like going on the weekend, we would have invited you to the New Jersey Convention of Municipalities.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like a hoot.
The one panel we went to, though, I will say, like, I was having some stomach issues that day, and I went to the bathroom and was in the bathroom for, like, the bulk of it, and I came back, and our teacher said, "Good move." Like, he was like, yeah, no, that was a good idea to duck out for the majority of this thing.
Meanwhile, I was fighting my entire body as it tried to shut down and go to sleep. I just could not... I tried. I really tried, but I just could not stay awake for it.
He just ran out of juice.
Yeah, I just ran out of juice. I had too much free stuff to bear the energy of.
Oh yeah, it was a long day carrying around a bunch of free shit at the municipality expo.
And when we
called.
say free shit, what we mean is like pens and Post-its and stress toys.
Yeah, Kimmy in this episode later shovels in like food and stuff into her backpack.
Yeah. But here's the real question.
Yeah.
Here's the real question. Because we're coming up on 5 years since high school graduation, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
Do you still have it?
I have a lot of the stuff. I have a stress
I
toy
might
that
still
I got.
have a lot of the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it probably lying around. Yeah, I didn't throw any of it
Okay,
away.
that's all I needed to know.
I got rid of a bunch of stuff, so I might not have all this stuff. But actually, the real question, Zach, is...
Yes.
Like, if I'm here recording the podcast and you're here, then who's driving the bus? Anyway,
Wonderful.
yes.
Thank you for that.
Yep. Love it. Love to do it.
Yep.
Kimmy has a huge bag for all her swag.
Yeah.
She apparently stole it from the airport.
Yeah, she stole it from an airport, which is like,
yeah, what the fuck, Kimmy?
Kimmy Gibbler casually committing crimes.
Yeah.
Off the luggage carousel. She says it went around twice, so that means you can take it.
Because, I mean, of course, it's written in the bro code of airports. I guess.
The plane code, the airport code, the luggage code.
Yeah, the luggage
I don't know.
code.
These are all interchangeable.
Harrison brought up a very good point that everybody knows the rule is it has to go around 3 times. 3 times around, that's fair ground.
Yeah, they even came up with like a fancy little rhyme for it. You gotta respect the grace period.
They
Kimmy
came up
Gibbler.
with a rhyme, not me in 2 seconds.
Oh my God. But yeah, so Kimmy is stealing shit.
She steals a bag off of the luggage carousel at an airport, which is like a big thing.
Yeah.
It's not even a small bag. It's like a big bag.
It's a big bag.
It's like what can I use for scale? I don't know. It's like a Fernando sized bag.
I wonder why you say that. Maybe we'll come back to that later.
That was good.
That was very good.
Thank you.
Maybe the person traveling like had some medication in there, some
That's
important
right.
documents,
Or a human body. That can fit
We're
inside
transporting
the
a
bag.
human body.
But anyway, we finally are introduced to the subplot of the episode, the B plot,
Our favorite
which
plot.
is our favorite plot.
Yes.
Guys, Ramona and J Money are auditioning for the school musical.
Yay!
Oh, boy.
I mean, for Ramona, that makes sense, but J Money's just doing it to get out of PE.
J Money says
That's
he's doing it to
true.
get out of PE, which, by the way, J Money, aren't you on the football team?
Yeah, like this is what confused me is
Yeah.
because Harrison and I, as high school athletes, we were on the fencing team because we're cool and athletic like that.
Oh, yeah.
But
we did
anyways.
the nerdy sport. We're so cool.
Oh yeah,
And I was even
Yeah.
cooler. I was friends with a lot of people on the fencing team.
That's right.
Hey, listen. Our sport is literal sword fighting. I don't know if you can call that I don't know if you can call that a boring sport.
It's
literal
not
sword
boring.
fighting.
It is very nerdy, though.
You were the one making the joke. I was making the
I
joke
know.
that I was even one step removed from it.
It's not boring. It's very nerdy, though. But anyway,
But
keep
yeah,
going.
anyways, us being on the fencing team meant we could get out of gym class during fencing season.
Yeah.
Which begs the question,
J
why
Money-
doesn't he get that for football?
Well, not every school necessarily does that, but
I mean, true,
Yeah.
but you know.
So whatever, J Money is doing the school play to get out of gym class. It's a plot device. The big thing is Ramona wants to get the lead, and J Money just wants a non-speaking part.
I do just want to put forth, maybe J Money got kicked off of the football team in between episodes.
Oh,
Not
Jesus
Golden Toe
Christ.
Fuller.
He could have. That's right.
I would totally not put it past this show to have J Money get kicked off the football team and suddenly be really bad, and this all happens off screen.
I really want that to be what happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, yeah, Harrison, you say maybe not every school does that. Maybe it's not football season. I don't care. None of that makes sense.
Yeah, that's also a thing.
No. You're wrong. None of that makes sense. Those two very plausible things can't be happening. It's obviously that he got kicked off the team in between episodes.
I love how passionate he is about this argument.
This is J Money we're talking about. All matters J Money but deserve the same level of passion.
Yeah, this is J Money. I would not put it past him to get kicked out of anything.
Yeah. So
it's wonderful.
But,
you're
so
right.
something for a non-speaking part, whereas Ramona wants the lead.
Yeah. J Money shows us his acting chops, which are him staring very dramatically because it's a non-speaking part.
Yes, he wants to be a tree.
Did we say they're auditioning for Pippin like they named the musical? They name what musical they're auditioning for? Pippin. Look out, he's got a gun.
Pippin.
That's from an episode of True Jackson VP. It's the first thing I think of when I hear Pippin.
Yeah, we were talking about this. Mark was like, I don't know. Well, I mean, I know Scottie Pippen. He was on those 90s Bulls teams with Michael Jordan. They had a hell of a run.
Fuck yeah. Tyler, while we were watching the episode, kept making Pippin references, and I was so sad because I knew they were puns and that they were funny because they were puns, but I didn't understand the references at all.
But yeah, anyways, there's your one sports comment.
I kept saying, like, what about Second Breakfast?
Yeah,
and they're like, Mark, that's Pippin from Lord of the Rings, you idiot. You fool.
You child.
You fool of a took. That's another reference to Pippin in Lord of the Rings.
So anyway, they're auditioning for Pippin, not from Lord of the Rings.
They're auditioning for Pippin, and we love it.
A musical.
And then there's the C plot where Max gets beat at chess by Steve.
Right. Yes, that is a thing that happens in this episode.
That happens later. I just
that happens later. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We go to the wedding expo first.
Right.
Because this show structure makes no sense.
I just want. Well, no, this one's fine because it's, you know, they're in the kitchen talking about preparing for the wedding expo. They're in the living room going off to the wedding expo. Then they're at the wedding expo. Then they come back to the kitchen. This isn't a weird cut. I think.
I think there's also we did skip over one line from Ramona that I really enjoyed.
Which was?
It's because when they were leaving for the expo, Ramona comes down and she sees the bag and she's like, "Oh, you brought your freebie bag, so you're heading to the wedding expo, huh?" It's like she just knows.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to
that's very good.
DJ and Steph, and then all of a sudden J Money is also in the frame, which makes my headcanon is that he just spawned in like a video game.
I think maybe he spun in from off frame. I'm just really excited that J Money is discovering the theater in this episode.
Yes. I mean, this is something that
in season 1.
Mark called it way back in season 1, saying that J Money's true calling is the theater. And oh boy, he could not have been more right. But we'll get to that later in the episode.
I am so excited for how right I am. Anyway, they're at the wedding expo, and Steph has a line about that I want to highlight where she's like, "They have everything here. They have a cake bar, they have a candy bar, and best of all, they have an open bar."
A lot of Steph as an alcoholic jokes.
A lot of great Steph is a mess moments here.
Steph, I so did not realize. I know we've said it before. I did not realize on our first watch through how much of an alcoholic Steph is.
I love it.
Oh, it's one of those things that really came out more on our second watch through that made us really appreciate the character more.
Yeah.
Like, she's definitely our favorite of the three main characters.
Truly. There's also a joke that I liked where this woman comes up from like Marsha's wedding planning services and Kimmy introduces herself and she's like, "Wait, Kimmy Gibbler of Gibbler Style Party Planning?"
Yeah.
And Kimmy says, "Yes, you've heard of me?" And she says, she says, yes, we were warned beforehand. And Kimmy says, like, people are talking.
I love that she has such a bad reputation at the Wedding Expo that they not only know her by name, but know that she represents Gibbler-style party planning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's so Kimmy Gibbler's going to mess some shit up. She is the most wanted woman in San Francisco.
Yes, and all this happens while she's like shoveling free stuff into her bag.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's shoveling free stuff into her bag. I thought that was a very funny image of Kimmy just not even like getting a stress toy or getting a pen and putting it in the bag, just going up to a table with a bunch of M&Ms on it and full arm sweeping the M&Ms into her bag.
Yes.
Subtlety has gone out the window. She's just throwing shit in the bag.
You know what you know what I wish was in the bag?
What, Mark? What do you wish was in the bag?
I wish Fernando was
Well, lucky for you, Mark, because he is in the bag.
What?
Yeah,
Fernando
for some
is-
reason, Fernando is in the... Well, we know why. Fernando snuck in the bag because he's notoriously cheap, as we all know, and did not want to pay the $5 entrance fee to the Wedding Expo.
Such a cheap
So he snuck in
fee.
with the bag.
No,
It's
he'd
very
much rather
affordable.
he'd much rather be in a bag than pay
Yeah,
$5.
he'd much rather sneak in a bag. Which, like, Kimmy's also throwing a bunch of shit into the bag while Fernando is also in the bag.
Yeah.
God.
And like she must know that he's in the bag.
Of course she knows he's in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
They allude to that.
She was wheeling it around.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very noticeable difference.
Yeah.
If there's like a full adult man in the bag that
my
you're wheeling
point
around.
is that we know that Kimmy is fully aware that Fernando's in the bag, and she's still like, gotta get in those M&Ms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Another thing I do want to mention is that when they're talking to the wedding planning person, she's like, who's the one getting married? And they're like, oh, we're all getting married and we're having a triple wedding. And the wedding planning person is like, that is a terrible idea.
Yeah. Straight up calls them out for it. And they're like,
Calls
oh,
them out.
we all
Yeah.
know each other. We know what you want.
And the wedding planning person is like, oh, what theme do you have in mind? And DJ says traditional romantic.
It's boring.
Kimmy says, I forget exactly what it is, but it's something like eccentric and exciting.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like
and
that.
then Steph says purple.
I love
It's
it.
just purple.
It's very good.
She wants a Prince themed wedding. That's really what it becomes.
Oh yeah.
clear
Throughout the episode, it becomes more and more clear that Steph just wants a Prince themed wedding.
But guys, we do know that like if we had a triple wedding, like we're all so on the same page
Oh
yeah.
that
for sure.
like we would do great, right? Like we know what our theme would be, right? On 3, we'll all say the theme we all have in mind,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Dragon Force.
Seals.
Water World.
Through the fire and flames by Dragon Force.
Ooh. Can I? Ooh,
That's
you know
a good
what?
one, Zach. What did you say?
I said Waterworld. You know, the classic movie Waterworld.
Kevin Costner.
Costner film Waterworld. Oddly enough, I did say seals, so that's kind of
Oh yeah, we actually kind of agreed.
Zach and I are kind of in sync tonight.
Yeah, get a fucking grip. I mean, you
Wait,
know, there are
wait.
seals in Waterworld.
Meanwhile, though, you guys chose
Meanwhile,
water.
you went in the opposite direction
I went
with fire.
This
Yeah.
is never going.
Yeah.
To, this is never
Harrison.
going.
Yeah, Harrison. We have to kick you out of our wedding.
How
I'm
dare
sorry.
you?
It's all, well, Mark. Now what are we gonna do? We need to make a triple. I guess we'll need the Tyler in there as well.
Yeah.
I guess
Tyler, tell us
Tyler's
your
the
theme,
thing.
and it better be water related.
it better be aquatic themed.
If your wedding cannot coexist on our water world of love,
Under the sea.
Anyway, next musical bits.
Musical bits, indeed.
It's gonna be a lot
Musical
of that in
bits.
this episode.
Musical bits.
He said Kevin Costner.
So it's not quite
works.
water themed, but it does work.
That does
No, I
work
think
at our water.
my theme is the bridging theme.
Yeah, look.
Waterworld.
Yeah, we'll have Well, it'll be water themed, but we'll also have like posters for Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves,
Yeah.
and Dances with Wolves.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, I'll be sulking in the corner with the Dragon Force corner.
Meanwhile, Harrison will be sitting in the corner, fully on fire.
Yes.
Because he's very committed to the bit.
Anyway, guys, Ramona comes home. Steve is taking care of the little ones. Max is playing chess.
Yeah.
And Steve's like, how did the audition go? And Ramona went, oh, I don't know. Probably okay. Just kidding. I killed it.
Fuck yeah. Ramona is confident. She kicked ass. Meanwhile, J Money walks in and he's like, they asked me to sing for some reason.
Yeah.
It's foreshadowing.
Yeah. I didn't know you had to sing or speak to audition for a musical.
Who knew?
I know, right?
Which, to be fair, he thought he was auditioning for a non-speaking role.
No, but like even like non-speaking roles in a musical are typically at least part of the chorus. Like
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. J Money's an idiot. He's a stupid garbage man. That's what Harrison's saying. I'm much nicer than that. I would never say those things, but that's what Harrison's
Mark would
saying.
never. Meanwhile,
I
Harrison,
am the
Mr.
worst.
fucking fire over here.
Yeah, doesn't even want a water-themed wedding.
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? Cry like a little bitch? Oh, that's right. You hate water.
I will cry tears of flame and burn you alive.
Tears that are just pure ash.
You'll just try to get the fire to come to us on our water world.
Water puts out fire, Harrison. Read a fucking book for
You have
once.
to
God.
think, Harrison. I'm sorry, Harrison. We love you. We just it's so much fun.
So
Anyway, J Money's like, it was weird. Everybody was looking at me. Usually the only time people look at me is when I accidentally wear Ramona's pants.
which I don't even know how that happens. You live in different rooms.
He also says it like it's a common occurrence. Like this has happened. It's like, I'm wearing Ramona's pants again. That's the third time this week, and it's only Tuesday.
Maybe they do the same laundry and they can't tell because they have the same legs.
Well, they've got very similar senses of style.
You know what? Maybe her pants are really flattering on him, so he just like can't help himself.
Oh yeah, they make J Money's ass look great.
Just perfect.
Rocky really likes it when J Money wears Ramona's jeans.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Rocky loves it when J Money wears women's clothing.
Yeah.
Hey Zach,
Look,
get your heteronormative ideas.
She
of
wolves are
gendered
just
clothing.
wolves, Zach. Get your heteronormative gender biases out of this podcast.
Oh my god.
The Jewish Wolves podcast is better than that.
Oh my god.
So
Anyway, they get a call or they get an email.
They got an email very quickly.
Yeah, the
might I
musical has
add,
been
about the final
cast.
cast list.
in
Yeah,
like 5 minutes, I guess.
yeah.
it's very quick.
I guess J Money's performance was so good they made the decision immediately because Ramona is now his understudy, which is hilarious.
There's like a whole thing where Ramona's like, "Oh, I'm the understudy for the lead. That's kind of disappointing." And then J Money's like, "Oh, hey, it says I'm the lead. That's pretty cool."
Yeah. Which, to be fair,
Which like
is
I'm
pretty
surprised
cool.
that J Money could read.
Yeah, at this rate, I would not assume he could read.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramona is J Money's understudy.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, what we all expected to happen, right?
That is what I remember what Michael Campion said about the episode. That's why I remembered.
Michael Campion specifically highlighted this episode in our interview.
I did not remember.
Friend of the show, Michael Campion.
I have to be honest. I just
Who,
thought this one
absolutely kills it in this episode.
Kills it this episode. Always
and
kills
the entire
it.
Series,
So good.
Yeah.
But yes, this is very good that she's the understudy and he got the lead. Steve asks a kind of weird question. Steve says, "Did you do something to like impress the director?"
Oh yeah, that was weird.
That was a weird line. What the fuck, Steve?
I guess this is the setup for like, we'll find out later that J Money sings really well and that impressed the director.
Okay,
but the implication is like, is Steve asking J Money, "Hey, did you like sleep with the director to get this role?"
Yeah.
J Money is
What?
okay. I'm not gonna say he's necessarily underage, because they are apparently
He's
no wait, they're in junior year of
probably
high school,
underage.
so they are underage. So what the fuck?
There's like a 99% chance he's underage. Like, I don't know if they're juniors or seniors, but like there's a good chance.
Apparently, Rocky is the director. That's why. Anyway,
Hey,
I would not.
what part do you think Chad Bradley got?
Ooh.
Actually, Tyler, the only one who knows the musical Pippin, tell us what part you think Chad Bradley got. We'll read it to the audience in case they also know about Pippin.
Yeah.
Yeah, put that in right here in like a text-to-speech voice.
Yes.
Prince Pippin.
Wow, Tyler, very interesting.
Good call, Tyler. Good call.
Good call.
Anyway, they leave, and Steve beats Max in chess.
In 2 moves. Or, I guess 4 moves, but
No,
Yeah.
it was 4 moves.
This
Yeah.
classic 4-move checkmate.
yeah.
To which Max is like, ugh, how could I lose in chess to a commoner like Steve? I will storm out of the room now. And then he does that.
Yeah, he says that. It's so
He
weird.
says that verbatim.
Yeah. He does that. He pretty much says that, honestly. He does literally use the words, "I'm storming out in a huff."
Yeah.
Yeah.
To emphasize how angry he is that Steve dared
Very
beat him
angry.
in chess.
By the way, I just want to point out there are 2 episodes of television where Frasier Crane is angry because someone who does not play chess beats him in chess.
Yeah.
It happens in Cheers, and then they reuse the exact same plot in Frasier.
That is very funny.
Is this the beginning of Max's origin story as a young Frasier Crane?
That would be
Max
hilarious.
is fully a young Frasier Crane. That actually makes Max make so much more sense.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it really does. Based on the 1 episode of Frasier that I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max is going to grow up into a crane boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
My question is, why is Max so confused that an adult man knows how to play chess? Like,
Yeah.
I know a lot
Because
of
it's
people.
Steve.
I know a lot of people who have never played chess, but it's not the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's that he plays chess. I think it's that he's good at chess.
Yeah.
Because Max is like, he has studied chess.
No one has ever beaten
He's like,
me.
good.
But I don't. Steve's a doctor. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Steve, I know you went to medical school, but I'm 11 years old. I don't know how you beat me.
Yeah.
Anyway, back at the expo, there's some friction between our she-wolves.
That's right.
Sorry, our wolves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there
DJ
you
is so excited. DJ, I do want to mention, Fernando is having the time of his life.
He is.
Oh yeah.
He really
Fernando
is.
he's amazing.
He's getting
running
free
around.
moisturizer and makeup. It's great.
Fuck yeah.
Yes. Fernando's like, look, I'll do anything here as long as it's free.
Yep.
Because there we go.
Yeah.
But they get into a fight. Like, DJ wants red roses. Steph wants a wedding on the beach. Kimmy wants dogs at the wedding.
That's right.
All right, Kimmy.
That's our Kimmy.
I mean, you're gonna at least have Cosmo at the wedding, probably.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
That's
probably.
true. Steph wants a karaoke machine at the wedding. She says, like, hey, it's not a party until I sing When Doves Cry. And, like, yeah, it's weird that they're not saying it, but Steph fully wants a Prince-themed wedding.
Yeah.
I don't know why they keep hiding behind the veneer of purple.
Yeah. Like, Steph, just say what you
Purple.
want. Say, I want a Prince-themed wedding.
Yeah.
I want everybody to be wearing a raspberry beret.
Yep.
Yes.
But, you know, with this argument coming in and everybody's arguing who should show up, but our favorite one-time character, Berta the dress store owner.
Berta, the dress store owner, is here?
They
Yeah, that's
clearly
what I'm
want
calling
us
her
to
now.
know who this is. And I just don't.
Do you not remember Berta?
Oh, she's from the CJ
Yeah.
wedding episode,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when DJ tries on the dress. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes so
Yeah.
much more sense because
Yeah.
I was completely lost.
Yeah, I didn't recognize her when I first saw her, but after they said
No, once she started
Berta,
talking, yeah.
But they do not even once she started talking. I forgot this character existed, but DJ's like, Berta, you're here, and I was like, oh right.
I didn't remember.
I had to
her
be
name
reminded
was Berta,
that the
so that
character
didn't
exists.
help me. I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a celebrity. That's the only way I thought it could make sense.
You thought it was Macy Gray?
Yeah, I didn't remember her or her name. It's just when they start to be like, Berta, we remember you. You're the bridal shop owner. When they said like you're the bridal shop owner, then I remembered.
Yeah.
I remembered that she was in the episode. I didn't remember anything about her.
I remember now that I've been reminded, I remember she was exactly who she was here. She was crazy.
Oh, yeah,
and-
she was wonderful in that episode.
Yeah.
Berta, no help you with this. Berta, go on smoke break.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah.
So Berta is here, and
Berta is here.
she's lost 3 models and wants our 3 attractive leads who conveniently get involved in every performance that they come across to be models for the wedding.
What a weird request.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because they ask her, they're like, oh, Berta, because you're so good at making dresses, could you design dresses for our wedding? For our triple wedding? She's like, Berta, design your dresses if you model for Berta.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, I'm not really sure, but Berta give you 5% discount.
And then
Still not sure. What if Berta tells security that you snuck man in duffel bag?
that was Berta. Yeah.
And they're like, we'll love to be models. We'd love that.
Yeah.
But wait, Zach, so you're telling me she didn't just approach 3 random women and say, I want you to be model?
As in character as that would be, no, that was not. There was like, they did ask Berta for something. Berta was like, well, in return, you must model for me.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like in the headspace of like, imagine you were there and this woman just approaches you and says, hey, drop everything you're doing.
Yeah.
Become a model. Jesus Christ.
Become a model.
Yeah.
Anyway, we go back to the house and Max is still upset about losing. Steve makes a searching for Bobby Fischer joke, which I appreciated.
Yeah, that was good.
Thought that was great.
Yeah.
But J Money comes and he wants some advice from Steve. He knows that Ramona really wanted that part and has wanted it for longer. So he's thinking maybe he should just drop out. But at the same time, he really liked being on stage because theater is his calling. Theater is obviously his calling. Anyway.
Yeah,
so he doesn't know what to do, and Steve gives him some advice to sort of like follow his instinct, and he says, okay, I think I'll drop out for Ramona and do that nice thing for her.
Yeah.
And who should come down but Ramona, who says, J-Money, I've been thinking, and I think you should drop out.
I love that. I love this conflict. This is so good.
It's so good.
Yeah. And then Steve's like, oh, that's funny because J Money just came and he was gonna talk to me about, and then Jimmy's like, wait, hold on, I want to hear this.
Well, I think what J Money really says, I think he says, shut up, pretty boy.
Yeah, he says something like that. He says something very good.
Because after Steve gives the advice, J Money is like, you give good advice. And Steve says, I'm not just a pretty face. So when he shuts up Steve, he says, shut up, pretty boy, or something like that.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That was good.
And J Money is like, why should I drop out? And Ramona's like, well, because obviously I'm better for this. And J Money's like, well, maybe I have the better singing voice. You ever think about that?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? You ever think about that, you little thinker?
Never mind that I don't know how to dance, act, or be in a musical. But,
or do anything, really.
But, yeah. He brings up a good point. I kid, but he brings up a good point.
Yeah, but J Money decides he's going to stay in just from spite.
Which, yes,
great.
It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Right.
Oh, it's great, yeah.
And they both storm off mad at each other. I love it so much. We have conflict between characters.
And just a quick note, the performances are awesome. Like, honestly, some of the best showcased by them in the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're killing it. It's so good.
It's great.
I like that there's conflict and it feels like a story that a sitcom would have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I believe we cut back to the fashion show.
Yep. DJ.
Okay, I do also want to say, because I think we missed it in the last scene, there is a line where DJ says that she's the queen of Christmas.
Oh,
Right.
God, that's right.
She's Candace Cameron Bure.
Right, remember that? She's
And
wearing
she's
a
in a lot of
tiara.
Hallmark movies.
She's
Why
wearing a
does she say
tiara.
that? Oh, the tiara thing.
Because she's wearing
Yeah.
a tiara, and Steph has a line about like, "Why are you wearing a tiara? You're not a queen." She says, I'm the queen of Christmas," and the audience cheers because they know that she's starred in many a Hallmark Christmas movie,
Yeah.
including Switched for Christmas, A Shoe Addict's Christmas, and Moonlight and Mistletoe. Those are the three I could remember.
Oh my God.
I still remember there was one day where Mark just went through a huge rabbit hole of looking through Hallmark Christmas movie posters and how they're all the same poster.
Yeah.
Yep.
So beautiful.
You just got a man and a woman, and the man's wearing green and the woman's wearing red in most of them. Sometimes they switch that up. And
It's always by a
they're-
fire or something. Or
yeah, and they're in front of some Christmassy backdrop.
Yeah.
And they are all
There was,
like that.
There was like you sent us a bunch of them. So you sent us like 20 that were all just the same poster. And then you sent like 20 more that were all exclusively with Candace Cameron Bure. And it was wonderful.
Love it so much. But yes, we do. Important to mention that. I'm glad you brought that up. DJ, Stephanie, and Kimmy are fight about the weddings.
Yes.
They say DJ wants the pumpkin spice latte of weddings, and it's very funny.
Yes.
And then Berta stops them to bring them on stage.
Yes. The fashion show starts.
Well, it doesn't because we cut away.
We cut
to
back to the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where
Okay.
is this where Max and Steve have their heart to heart?
Yeah, which I actually
I really like this scene. It's
quietly.
good.
Yeah, I was about to say quietly. I really liked this scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
Yeah. So it's a very genuine moment where two bros just hang out and we learn about Steve a bit, which is nice.
Yeah, where he's like, I didn't want to be seen as this nerd who played chess. I wanted to be like the big bad wrestler boy, not the guy who plays chess like a nerd.
Yeah.
Well, it's really nice. Max gets checkmate, and Steve's like, "What? You got check?" He obviously let Max win, but they don't even like confront that.
They don't.
And Steve
Yeah.
talks about, I used to play chess all the time. I was really good, but I stopped playing for a while. And Max is like, "Oh, I never knew that about you. I just knew that you wrestled and ate sandwiches." And they just have this conversation where they get to know each other a little bit, and Max apologizes, and it's just very nice and very human and very sweet in a way that's not overtly saccharine, I think.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's just this really nice moment, but it's not leaned into too heavily to the point where you're rolling your eyes.
Right, yeah.
And which I just thought it was great. It felt just so nice and human for a change.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And it's great.
And then we cut to the fashion show.
Then we cut to the fashion show. Fernando is modeling a tux.
Yes, Fernando shows up. He's the first model.
He is
and
killing
then DJ
it.
comes out. Oh, he's killing it.
Yep.
As usual, Juan Pablo Di Pace absolutely killing it as usual. If you're listening to this, Juan Pablo Di Pace, please come on our podcast.
Please come
I know
on the
we haven't
podcast.
said this in a while, but it's an open invite.
Yep.
We're gonna keep saying this until you respond to our emails.
Yep.
Whatever it takes. But
Whatever it takes.
so he's going with that.
Yeah. DJ asks like, "Oh, I didn't know Berta asked you to model in this," and I think Tyler and I both said she didn't, and then Fernando goes, "She didn't."
Yeah.
I do wonder where he got the tux, but he is at a wedding convention, so I guess
Fernando just finds a way to get involved in all of the performances.
You know how they say life finds a way?
Fernando finds a way.
Fernando finds a way.
Fernando is life.
Fernando is love. Fernando is life.
But DJ starts going down the runway. Steph goes in front of her, and DJ's like, "Always like you, stealing my attention." And Steph is like, "Always like you, telling me what to do." And they fight while modeling. Steph says she used to step on DJ's sheets with her dirty feet, and DJ slept in dirty feet sheets.
Wow. What the fuck, Steph?
What the fuck? That's like a crime. That's like illegal.
It's a full-on crime.
Oh, and but to be fair, Steph is an engaged woman, just so she's allowed to do crimes.
That's right.
Exactly. That's the rule. That's the rule.
Yeah, I mean, you got to know what they do when they're pregnant, right? Like they just go on killing sprees. That's how the baby.
Oh
gets
yeah,
strong.
exactly. You got to get that you got to get that KD ratio up.
Yeah.
Because you're just harvesting souls to go into the baby.
Yeah.
All NFL athletes are the children of women who just drop into Fortnite zones and just play real life Fortnite and kill 100 people.
I forgot that we did not make that joke earlier.
We did not.
In this recording,
we
made it.
right.
We made
For
it
some
before.
context, we've done 2 recordings of this. And
That was supposed to be a callback to something that we said before. A joke that I was very proud of. I was having fun with that.
Yeah.
It was about.
I
It was
mean,
okay.
You could have also
it was okay
just
for
said,
Kimmy to steal that luggage because if you're engaged, you can commit crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
And
law.
like Harrison saying Fortnite. You could have just said the Hunger Games, or better yet, just a battle royale mode.
Zach, I'm being hip with the kids. You gotta understand.
Yeah. What is this? 2012? The kids don't like the Hunger Games.
Oh, that's
the kids
true.
love Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No one thinks about
Fortnite.
Yeah. Even if I said PUBG, it wouldn't be that relevant.
No one ever cared about PUBG, Harrison.
They cared about PUBG
No.
before Fortnite took it over.
They cared about PUBG for like 2 months. or
Anyway, I
something
just
like
gotta
that.
wipe all this egg off of my face for referencing a bit we did not do earlier in this episode.
Well, we
Yeah.
made it now, so it's all okay.
Yeah. Read the laws. It's okay for engaged women to
You gotta
commit
read the
crimes.
fine print.
Yeah. But Ramona and J Money arrive and they find a karaoke machine. Maybe now we're gonna get to find out who the better singer is.
That's right. They decide to settle
Indeed.
it, which I love that they don't just argue about it. They were just like, let's fucking settle this right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But speaking of arguing, DJ, Kimmy, and Stephanie are on the runway and they're fighting.
They are fighting.
fighting.
They just do not get along. Maybe a triple wedding was a bad idea.
Because it is a bad idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Oh, it was never a good idea.
Never
no.
a good idea. I mean, it's a great idea. A double wedding is a great idea for us because we could
because
agree on the theme.
Waterworld and Seals, and then
Waterworld,
maybe
yep.
Tyler and his Kevin Costner thing come
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I don't know. But
Fuck you guys.
their fight is broken. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over all the water fun while you're on fire.
Fuck you guys.
But
My
anyways,
fire wedding will be great.
we'll put it out with the it's a water world. It's a literal
I will
world
fucking evaporate
of
you
water.
with my fire.
Oh, you're gonna evaporate the ocean
with your
little fire?
a world
with your little
of
fire?
water.
A world made of water.
Fire.
And Kevin Costner.
Yeah, you think you're gonna evaporate Kevin
I'll
Costner?
cause a fucking oil spill in your ocean and set it ablaze.
You wouldn't.
I would.
Anyway, they're all fighting.
Yeah.
They're all fighting, and their fight is interrupted by the smooth, the sensual singing voice of one J Money Fuller.
Yeah.
It's-
Singing.
There's this
of all
beautiful
songs,
melody.
The Impossible Dream from the Man of
Yeah.
La Mancha.
He's
And-
singing the impossible
And
dream.
I will say, kind of slaps. He does well.
He's
Yeah,
good.
He's good.
He's very good.
I did not know he
I
could
really-
sing. Yeah.
I really love that they don't see him or recognize him at first. They're just like, what is that magical voice? I want
Oh,
that
yeah.
person singing at
They-
my wedding.
Yeah.
And Steph is
DJ
like,
does not
"Me
recognize
too."
her own.
Yeah.
DJ does not. Yeah, it's like the one thing they all agree upon.
Yeah.
And DJ does not recognize her son's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what the fuck, DJ? Because no one expected J Money to be actually good at something.
I know, right?
Ramona is shocked.
Yeah.
She's so shocked, in fact, that she says, you know what? I was wrong. You're better. You should play the part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, she's the understudy. So if Golden Toe
understudy.
Fuller breaks an ankle during off-season practice, she's
Yeah.
good.
And so Ramona just pulls out the crowbar she's had on her the whole time.
She's like,
Oh, you mean if something bad happens to J Money, the man who couldn't dribble a basketball and eat a sandwich at the same time?
Oh, I
That's
keep
right.
forgetting about the sandwich bit. Dribbling a basketball and eating a sandwich bit.
It would be so easy for J Money to slip and fall and have something bad happen.
You know
to
what?
him.
You're completely.
You probably don't even
right.
need to do anything.
Yeah.
It'll just happen
Yeah,
on its
it'll
own.
just-
But it's a very sweet thing where Ramona's like, or I mean, maybe it's not. It's a nice moment where Ramona's like, no, you should play. I admit defeat.
Yeah, and they hug
You're
it
good.
out. They hug it
They
out.
hug it out.
Yep.
And they walk off, and it's good. It's
Yeah.
a nice resolution.
They will-
We find out that J Money is wearing Ramona's pants again.
Yes.
True.
So he runs out in shame.
Right.
So even if it didn't happen multiple times before, it's happened multiple times
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
And might I say that's just a great button. I love that they're bringing it back.
It's
I love
great,
that
yeah.
there's the button of J Money, you're wearing my pants.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, they're flattering. DJ, Kimmy, and Stephanie are sitting at the end of the runway after taking in that stunning performance. And they say something to the degree of like, we do all want the wedding to be perfect, but it's not perfect because of any one thing. It's perfect because we're all together. So we just got to learn to make some compromises. It's very much it's not that this was a bad idea and maybe we should not do the triple wedding. It's like, we just have to not have the weddings we want because we'll be together.
Jesus Christ.
Just don't have the triple wedding.
Is this all just... Are they having some bad times financially? Is that why they're doing this? To split the cost
That's that, but it's also like
three-way?
if that's what they really want, then like sure, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess. It's just kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
It's
That
fine.
is funny.
It's all fine. Who cares? It's fake. It's a TV
whatever.
show.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't, like,
Well,
I'm not going to this wedding. Who cares?
Well, Mark, this may be fake, but this next segment is very, very real because it's Sad Boy of the Week time,
Yes.
baby. I'm back on my transition bullshit.
Oh, fuck yes.
Anyways, who are we nominating?
Man,
I haven't
don't
thought
know.
about this, honestly.
I don't really know.
you know what? I think I know who I'm nominating.
I think I got a couple in mind.
Let me know what yours are.
I think my secondary nomination is Ramona because she loses the audition to J Money.
Ramona's pretty good. I didn't think about Ramona.
However, my honest nomination is J Money,
really,
which sounds weird because
I was
he
thinking
gets the-
Fernando.
Okay.
I was thinking J Money as well.
Because while he does get the part, he is very sad throughout it. Everyone is so shocked that he gets this part in the play.
Everyone
And
is
he
so
just
shocked that
runs
he's
with
actually
it.
good at something.
Even when he's singing his beautiful baritone, they're like,
His own mother
"What the
doesn't recognize his
fuck?"
own voice.
Yeah.
And it's that thing of like, it's sadness in ways that we love. And I think his behavior throughout and his lines, like, he's kind of the star of it.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good nominee. I'd also like to bring up Fernando because he snuck into the wedding expo in a bag because he didn't want to pay $5.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
And
Because-
he runs around the wedding expo and he's like, look, if it's free, it's for me.
Yeah.
It's for Fernando.
Yes.
Because my thing was that, like, Fernando's having the time of his life in this episode.
yeah.
Meanwhile, his fiance is having like a huge argument about how their wedding is going to go. And he
is
just
not
vibing.
there for Kimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
But I'll run through at least the two of them, and we can add Ramona as well.
Yeah.
Because Fernando coins the term the He-Wolf Pack,
Yes.
I believe.
Yes. Which does not catch on.
Yep. He sneaks into the expo in a bag,
Yep.
which is maybe the best thing. In his saddest moment. And then he just sort of vibes for the rest of the episode.
Kind of vibing,
He gets various cakes and creams.
Mm-hmm.
He finds a tuxedo or gets a tuxedo somehow and models it on stage, even though no one has asked him to do so.
Yeah, no one asked him to model.
And it's great. And that's I think, Fernando.
Yeah, he crashes this fashion show because no one asked him to model, and Berta's like, who is this strange man on my runway?
Who is this strange man on my runway? He is very handsome and charismatic.
Yep.
But I have not invited him.
Anyways.
Ramona has been preparing for her Pippin audition for months now. Mm-hmm. But still she loses to J Money. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Her immediate response is not to just like take it and live with it. Sometimes you just don't get the part.
Nope.
You're still the understudy. Her response is to go, I think you should drop out because this is important to me and I think you should drop out.
I think it's also worth mentioning that he was gonna drop out and then her saying it caused him to be like, no, I am gonna take this part out of spite, motherfucker. She
sabotaged herself.
Yes.
Yeah, and then she's proven completely fucking wrong when it turns out, J Money's got pipes.
Apparently so. Yeah.
He can sing.
Yeah. You can sing.
And she's just like, you know what? You were right. And also, J Money took her pants.
Yeah. That's the real sad moment.
I didn't think
J Money is that J Money just steals her pants. Yeah.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. J Money has a habit of stealing her pants.
Finally, J Money
has a habit of stealing Ramona's pants.
Yes.
Has a habit of stealing Ramona's pants. He still has to get out of PE, even though he is on the football team. Or maybe he was kicked off the football team.
Perhaps.
So we can just say J Money 1 got kicked off the football team. 2 is super pumped to audition for a non-speaking role. Mm-hmm. He's just like, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna make a face and not do anything.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, it's great. He is surprised to find out that he had to both speak and sing in his audition for a musical. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He reveals to us that he has accidentally, worn Ramona's pants on multiple occasions.
So good.
That I question mark because maybe he's doing it on purpose. Maybe he likes the pants.
Hey, no judgment here.
Yeah. No judgment.
When he reveals that he has gotten the lead, Steve is so surprised that the only explanation he can think of is that J Money fucked the director.
Yeah. He thinks J Money fucked the director
because it's like real. I guess it's just my mind is blocking that out because my mind does not want to think about that.
Yeah.
Unless the director is Rocky, in which case, yes, J Money, play the field.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, you also want to say, I think it's really funny that Ramona gets the email and is like, what? I didn't get the lead? How could this happen? Who could have gotten the lead? And J Money just does not hear any of that and goes, oh, cool, I got the lead.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Me, J Money, being the lead in the school play.
Yeah. He decides to drop out, but immediately when Ramona says, I think you should drop out, says, well, hold on. He says to Steve, shut up, pretty boy. Mm-hmm. Or he has a wonderful line to Steve. And still nobody believes that he can sing. And then he, in front of a whole wedding expo, just starts singing a song from the Man of La Mancha. And just blows the pants off of everybody, even though his mom does not recognize him.
Yeah. All right. So voting time. Okay. I think as much as I love J Money in this episode, he's wonderful. And this was pinpointed by friend of the show, Michael Campion, as one of his favorite episodes.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to vote for Fernando on this one. He's just so great. I love Fernando in this episode, and I feel like even if you don't vote for J Money, I want to have one vote for Fernando on the board.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I think all of the cases are equally strong. I don't know if they're like
I don't know if there's one
all the strongest cases. I think they're all like equally strong.
They're creative cases. They're
creative cases. I think I got to give it to J Money.
That's fair. Okay.
He found his love of musical theater and he found his love and passion for musical theater And he just has, in all honesty, he has, I think, the funniest like lines and performances in
it's
this
great.
episode
Yeah.
to
But
me.
now-
I think he's just the best
now-
here.
With this Sad Boy win, to give another update on the leaderboard, because this is very funny to me. So Fernando is in second place with 7 wins.
Yes.
With this win, J Money now has 14, which is
Oh my
double the
God.
amount of second place.
I love it. I love
Holy
it.
crap.
Double the amount of second place.
If
And we
wonderful.
have are there 18 episodes in this season? Like, do we have exactly 7 episodes left?
We might. I
In
think
which case,
so.
if Fernando wins every single one of them,
so we can, out of
Then he can
fairness
tie.
and respect for the other contestants, we can't declare J Money the winner yet. But technically,
No,
this kind
no,
of
no.
makes him the winner. In a
Yeah.
way,
yeah.
it's kind of crazy.
Oh, that's
Hey,
wonderful.
Fernando could win all of them.
He could.
Well, then
He
he'd
could win
tie
all
for
of them.
first.
Yeah.
He could tie for first. You're right. In
But
which case,
yeah.
we will have to get Juan Pablo Di Pace to record his acceptance speech.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're not giving it out prematurely.
we're not giving it out
We're
yet,
not giving it
but-
out prematurely. I'm just saying, J Money
No,
has
no,
an
no.
absurd win, absurd lead. Sorry.
Yeah,
As-
it's crazy. I did not think someone would run away with it this much. But if it was
Yeah.
anyone, I'm glad it was J Money.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the winners for this season, and we've got like Danny, Ramona, J Money, Matt, Steve, Jimmy Gibbler. Like this season, some of our favorites are really
Yeah.
showing.
Yeah.
However,
for us.
J Money hasn't gotten a lot of wins this season. It felt good to
No,
return
he's
to
not.
return to form a bit.
He came back strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening to this episode of the Fullest House Podcast. If you want to find more of us, come visit us on Fullest House Pod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Until next time, I've been Harrison Bloom.
I've been Zach Horowitz.
And I've been Mark Greene.
And until next time, may your houses be fuller, and may you dream the impossible dream. Hey baby, I hear Quixote calling, toss windmills, trail.